Hi, Michael.
Jack,
Hold on. Hi, Michael. How are you?
long time. I'm great. How are you?
Good, good. It's been, what, 15 years? More?
Yeah, a long time.
Yeah.
So whereabouts are you with that? I thought you were in Florida, but apparently not. No.
Well, Florida is where our office is,
Yeah.
but I'm in Israel.
Okay.
Yeah, I moved here about
Okay.
in 2010,
Okay.
and yeah, I sold Centage in 2014,
Yeah.
and it's been nice. I'm happy that this is a great place for children. Although that you
Yeah.
hear a lot about the wars and so forth, but
Yeah.
children growing up in Israel, it's much different
Yeah.
than the States.
Yeah. Whereabouts in Israel are you?
I'm in Caesarea, which is about 1 hour north of Tel Aviv
Okay.
and 20 minutes south of Haifa.
Okay. That's Israel's one of the places on my bucket list. I've never been there, but hopefully one day.
Well, hopefully there will be peace on a constant
I've,
basis, so you feel comfortable to visit.
I've got my fingers crossed.
Yeah.
I look at the headlines every night coming out of Iran, and I got my fingers crossed. Say maybe this is the time they finally do it. So
It's very likely. I mean, right now I think it's like 2 weeks that's going on, and
yeah,
originally I'm from Iran, so I do have a connection there.
yeah,
So I'm hoping that I can go and visit.
yeah. Hopefully, our president's doing something in the background to speed it along. So
If anybody's going to be able to do it, is I think it
yeah,
would be Trump. That
yeah,
is a no nonsense guy.
yeah. Hey, so I wanted thanks for taking time. It's good to catch up. I saw budget now, and just to give you a bit of an update on me. So I spent the last few years. I was a CEO of a financial consolidation company called Fluence, and we had a
Yes.
great three-year run. We got acquired by Anaplan,
Hmm.
and then I went to an FP&A vendor called Giraffe. I was there for a year. So Giraffe, I went in there knowing they had some big problems. The product was not very good. It needed a refresh, and our churn was horrible. Giraffe sells to accounting firms. So we would sell to accounting firms and CFO advisory firms, and they would stand up Giraffe and operate it and then onboard their clients. So the consumers of the plans were SMBs, and it was venture backed. We needed more money. The venture people didn't want to put it in,
Hmm.
and I said, so we should try to sell the thing. Yeah, even though it wasn't a good time to sell. We were burning cash. We were churning. The churn was horrendous. So last summer we went through a process. We actually talked to Centage. I forget the new CEO there, Paul. I think his name's Paul something.
Yes.
Um, and anyways, nothing came. I tried to buy it from the board. The board got kind of squirrely about it. So I said, I don't want to. I don't need the headache. So I left.
Hmm.
And on January 1st, I joined Una Software. We haven't made it public yet, but so Una is a next generation, an AI native FP&A platform. Una was founded by Don Mull. So Don founded Vena,
Hmm.
and he ran it for about 9 years. He was a CEO there for 9 years. He founded Fluence, and he was the chairman there. And he founded Una 2 years ago when we were at Fluence. So Don and I were talking in December, and he was looking for a CEO. So I came over here. It's a great. So the product's only been on the street for 2 quarters, and the end of January is the end of our fiscal year. We should close the year, the 2 quarters with 20 customers, which is pretty good for the first couple of quarters, and faster than we got to 20 faster than he did at Vena or at Fluence. Again, it's an AI native platform. What does that mean? It means that you know both on the implementation side, there's AI being leveraged to help map accounts, to help spot anomalies, clean data, and then all the stuff on the front end. cool, sexy stuff to, generative reporting and things of that sort. And let me type in and build a dashboard by just typing what I want to see. So that's who we are. We're looking to do M&A as well for adjacencies. We did that at Fluence. We bought 2 companies when I was there.
Mm-hmm.
Most immediate thing we have our eyes on is, so we've got what we call embedded BI. We've got native reporting that's really you'd expect everything's modern because the whole technology platform is only 2 years old. By the way, the CTO here was the CTO at Fluence. So the whole foundation is something. He took everything he learned at Fluence and all the mistakes he made, and he just made a better engine. And he could do it really quick because he'd done it before. So,
right.
So it's a very powerful engine and architecture. The reporting is really slick and modern and elegant and all. We don't have an Excel experience. And both Don and I are firm believers. You need both. There's some CFOs that are just going to want to live in Excel. And in fact, that was the first acquisition we did at Fluence. We bought a UK-based company called Excel Cubed to give us a live connection to the database. And I couldn't tell from looking at the Budget Now website whether you got one. So I'm in the market to try to find one to either partner or buy it. And curious whether
you're looking to buy an Excel based.
No, not an Excel add-in. So that we can connect to our database. And I don't know if you got one as part of your solution, or I know you talk about the
right.
The
no, no, we don't have one.
Okay.
And actually, we when I was at Centage, we bought a company out of Canada who was our Excel add-on.
I remember that, yeah.
Yeah, and but I don't know what they did with it. I think they bastardized the product at Centage and so forth. So Centage, I don't think Centage is doing much better than Giraffe at this time.
No, I could tell they. They when who took them, who bought them? I forget the name of it.
It's a company in Texas. It's a company in Texas.
Yeah, and then they had a CEO in there, and he's gone, and the new guy is in, who's part of the company. I think they're going to have a hard time, escaping from where they're at. So
I think, in my opinion, the product matters.
Yes,
you have to have a solid product. And for the past 2 years, I've been heads down designing and developing a financial intelligence operating system. So it goes beyond any FP&A tool and consolidation tool. Based on the experience I had with Centage and Budget Maestro and so forth, I learned quite a bit. The good, the bad, the ugly, why we lost sales, why we, deals and so forth. And this is truly a very unique platform that I think it will disrupt the whole industry from, an Anaplan all the way to Giraffe. It's industry agnostic. It's size agnostic. You can model virtually anything you desire without a single code. So we had like a typical application, let's say the Anaplan has hundreds of thousands of lines of code.
Right.
So we've designed an operating system that does everything that Anaplan and other tools do for FP&A and consolidation with a fraction of the code lines.
Yeah.
And so that's what I've been busy with.
Yeah. Is it, so it's out in the market now?
We have some early adopters that's been giving us feedback. It's not commercial yet. I'm looking for funding and partner, but I'm very picky about who I get in bed with. I had a very bad taste from Centage because I would say probably 80% of what I have, I already had designed it at Centage, but
Yeah.
they scrapped it. They didn't even touch it or didn't even consider what we had. So now I'm getting back into the game, and
Yeah.
God willing, it will be a good ride.
Yeah. Good for you. Good for you.
See,
Yeah, it's interesting.
like for instance, all these companies. Since you've been around for a while, I like to
Yeah.
use you as a sounding board. Why do you think it is that there's over, I would say, at least 1 million potential customers out there?
Yeah.
In all sizes and so forth. Why is it that companies haven't been able to penetrate, like in Adaptive Insight maximum, they have like 6,000 users. Centage has 600 users.
Yeah.
Giraffe, I don't know, how many Giraffes has?
We had 250 accounting firms, basically. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
So.
I think it's the, I mean, the smaller companies will just live in Excel and it's just not worth their while. But the ones that know in their heads that Excel, hits walls, I think it's nobody's ever kind of figured out the implementation, the time to value. It's just so complex. You buy, you see demos, and they all kind of look the same. But boy, that looks cool, and I want that. And then it's 4 months later, and you've got nothing tangible because you had problems connecting to your GLs or mapping your accounts, or hey, I finally got my accounts mapped to a common chart of accounts, and the numbers don't match my spreadsheets that I've been running the business on for the last 5 years. So let me figure out why that is, and that takes forever. And and so that's what I've been preaching here since I've been here. We leverage and lean on AI in just about every aspect of the product. But I said, I believe it's more the back end, the non-sexy part of it, that's the real important part. We've done some work there. We can do a lot more.
Right.
But that's my view. I know. What's your view?
I 100% agree with you. Implementation is a big deal. And what we've designed is, first of all, we can implement a large company, $1 billion company, for example, in less than 48 to 72 hours. Wow. It takes zero code, and I can deliver better result than Anaplan and Adaptive Insights. And one thing that we've done that nobody else in the industry is doing, we go down to the days. So we save data at the daily level. So when you're doing consolidation, you have multiple companies with multiple calendars. It's a big problem try to align those. And the tools that are just on a monthly basis, crap out. So it's a very unique position that we are in, and it's all thanks to my previous experience that we built whatever we built. So implementation is definitely an issue, and our time to value for SMB market is probably maximum 24 hours, 24 man hours to get somebody up and running. Yeah,
that's great. I think that's really important. That was the one thing Giraffe did well, because of its target market accounting firms. That 95% of the GLs we ran into were QuickBooks and Xero. So you only had two integrations to really worry about, and we could in a kickoff call within 20 minutes, once you got their credentials, have 3-statement reporting up and running and all tied out and interconnected in 15 minutes. And then you'd start to build your planning templates, and that's where it fell down, because it was dimensionally challenged. It only had time, accounts, and departments, and that was it, which is ludicrous why somebody would design that. So it was a really challenged product. But
and another great thing about what we have is also we have financial intelligence built in the system. So we never build the P&L as the first level. The first level is always the balance sheet. The user doesn't, it's all transparent to the user.
It's great. Yeah.
They say, I want to, model revenue. In the background, we're modeling balance sheet and recognizing the revenue. So without any coding involved, the user has P&L, balance sheet, and cash flow, both indirect and direct cash flow off the bat.
That's great. That's really smart. Good for you.
And secure, and also all the windows that we have, every single window looks exactly the same, whether you're doing the security, whether you're doing assumptions, whether you're doing reporting. It took, a good year or so for us to solidify, but we have a very unique interface that once you learn one, you basically learn all the other ones. So the learning curve and the onboarding becomes very, very efficient.
That's great. What cloud do you run in?
Right now it's on Azure, but we can run on Amazon as well.
Yeah.
And also another thing is that speed is an issue with many products, pretty much all the products. Yeah. With us, we've pretty much eliminated speed issues because we flattened out. We don't use hierarchies in a traditional sense. Yeah. And I have a patent pending on this thing, but everything is flat. So every cell that you see in your interface is an independent value. They're not tied together. And this is was very challenging to design, but all our dimensions are treated exactly the same, whether you're dealing with accounts, whether you're doing calendars, versions, everything is just unified. And that's how we are able to have less code, because all of them are managed the same way. And the thing is that what I found, with a lot of the FP&A applications, they all carry the same baggage from one company to another. They just make an improvement to make it look better or work a little bit faster, but none of them have financial intelligence to be able to build inherently balance sheet, cash flow, and P&L without any special workarounds.
Yeah. Very good. That sounds exciting.
So I'm looking for an Aaron to help bring it to market. But the product is solid, and and that's the difference between what we've built versus all these other. And also, like, I learned from, I've been studying probably over 200 FP&A packages out there, and I took a page out of Giraffe where they go after the fractional CFO market. So within our product, we are able to allow fractional CFOs to simply log in to different accounts that they have, just like QuickBooks, and manage their clients.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. By the way, so Giraffe, one of the things that intrigued me about going there was one of our main investors was CPA.com, and their CEO sat on our board, and I really liked him. He and I got along quite well, but with everything that went on with Giraffe, they were a main investor, and Giraffe was their preferred FP&A solution. But with everything that went on towards the end, I mentioned I tried to buy it with CPA.com. We both got together and we pitched an LOI to the board, and then it just, I pulled out because the board didn't react to it the right way. But they kind of pulled their endorsement of Giraffe. So I don't know if they're looking to immediately get back into sort of backing an FP&A vendor. Our solution isn't fit for Una is not fit for that market, but they are they're not tied to Giraffe anymore. Just
I
so
see. That's good to know.
when you he and I get along quite well, and we stayed in touch since I left there. But when you're in the market, if you want an intro to him or his team, just let me know, and I could
That
set
would
that
be
up.
great. Now, what market segment are you focused with Una?
Yeah, so right now we talk about the mid market, there's no particular vertical. So say companies 50 million to $1 billion. There's no reason why the product could play in the $2, $4, $6 billion. But we're so new, we don't we need references. We've got 20 customers, we've got 5 of them live, so it doesn't make sense for us to try to go toe to toe with Pigment or Anaplan up market. So today we target 50 million to $1 billion, and I would say 6 or 9 months down the road, we'll probably do 50 million to 2 or 3 billion. But I don't see us ever trying to compete in the $20 billion company. It's just too much headache and
Sure.
and work, and so.
And what is and the implementation wise? How long does it take to implement?
So that's one of the areas where we need some work. So, it could take a month or so, 4 to 6 weeks. It should take 1 to 3 weeks, by leveraging more of the AI that we've got built into the foundation. So that's a lot of our work is going into that, to the stuff that we're doing manually right now in implementation, to automate that, in large part by leveraging AI. So.
Right. Question for you. I'm just thinking about positioning our product in the market. We can handle any size organization, and that's just not lip service. It's truly, because modeling is modeling, accounting is accounting, reporting is reporting. There is not much difference between a small company and a large company. Just the volume of or the complexity of the model that changes. So I'm thinking that you have ChatGPT, you have Microsoft Word. They're not industry specific or size specific. You can use Word in any company. You can use ChatGPT in any company. It does it.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking out of the box that with a tool like what we're built, that it's so easy to implement and so powerful to not just focus in one industry or one specific size, and make it affordable, unlimited users, and go to the market that way. But I don't know how dangerous that is.
I guess my 2 cents worth would be, if it is that easy to implement, it's really important to get references, right? We're dealing with that right now, where we've got a few now, but we were able to. We did the same thing at Fluence. We're kind of relying on our resumes and say, hey, look, I've done that before. Our chairman's done it before. He's built $1 billion company, et cetera, et cetera. That's how you get them. But you've got the ability to, seems like with very little, with modest effort, to get somebody live, because I can get you live quick. I'm going to sell you something. You're not going to pay me until you're in production.
Right.
Very different from everyone else. I would still, in the early days, shy away from the bigger companies, because even trying that with a bigger company, I don't know, are you going to be in business next month or next year? Do I really want to do that? So, $1 billion companies or $100 million, $500 million companies would take a flyer with that. But if it really is, something that can get up and running that quick, I would absolutely, disrupt the market by saying, I'm going to implement you for free, and you don't pay me until you're live. There's actually there's a sales performance management player out of India. I forget their name now. The sales performance management, Verisense, the big player in that space, but they go to market. We'll implement you for free, and they go after the mid market, and they're doing very well, because it's like you don't pay me until you get value out of it, and it's a great proposition. You don't have to do that forever, but to get your sea legs underneath you and get some momentum,
for us, I'm not looking to build a service organization.
Right.
I want to be a product-led company. So for us to implement a user or company, on average, it will take 8 hours. On
Yep.
average, 8 real hours maximum,
Yep.
and get them up and running. So the investment on our side is minimal as long as we get the recurring revenue. And one of the problems that we had with Centage was that the product was seasonal. It was budgeting was just a seasonal thing, and from January through July time, June, July time, the business was sort of very flat, and then it spiked up. It was like a nice Christmas season for us, and right.
That's what
So-
Don Wall calls it, Christmas season. for
Right,
FPA
right.
players.
So now the way I've designed this application, it will do financial consolidation. It does budgeting, forecasting, reporting, even treasury can take advantage of this. So one tool can support everything in except the ERP piece. It even will help with supply chain management or planning and forecasting.
Yep.
So it's there's a lot of power behind it, and it's easy to get up and running, and that's the key thing. And the thing is, it has to stick. It has to stick. So if the user uses it and gets results right away, that's when you win.
Yeah. Good for you.
Thank you.
Hey, I'll keep my eyes out for you. It sounds exciting.
Yeah, I would love to get an opportunity to show you what we have and get your thoughts as well.
I would, yeah. I'd be happy to do that if you want to set something up. I'd love to do that.
All right. It will be probably in a few weeks. I'll ping you again, and I can show you what we have developed and see if there's synergy also. Maybe we can work together.
That sounds good.
And I'll keep an eye on Excel add-ons for you.
Okay. Appreciate that.
All right. Thank you, Mike.
Thanks for catching up.
Great.
Good seeing
Thank you.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye.